I am Suresh Sharma.
My name is Mohanlal Sharma.
And both of you are classmates,
We are classmates, but
We are
in different
contemporaries
colleges.
actually.
contemporaries.
It so happened
Same.
that in 1937,
Huh.
when I matriculated from Byawar, he matriculated from Jaipur.
And this is in Rajasthan, both of you.
They are in Rajasthan. Both.
In 1937, was it called Rajasthan or,
It was Rajputana.
Rajputana.
and what was the capital of Rajputana?
Rajputana
There
capital.
are no capital because there are different states and different states have different capitals.
Yes, sir. Actually, there are so many small thikanas. Therefore,
Indian states.
it was not. Udaipur was different. Jaipur was different. Then Jodhpur, Jaisalmer, they are all different actually. You see, only after independence, they were all brought together, and there was a Rajasthan state. Otherwise, it was Rajputana. In fact, the place where I belong to was Ajmer Merwada. It was the British territory.
And yours was not a British-held area.
Jaipur was an Indian state, princely state.
So you had no British influence at all growing up.
No, influence was there. Of course, the British government was all powerful, but it was ruled by the Maharaja of Jaipur. And at that time, Maharaja Man Singh was the ruler of Jaipur. Well-known international tennis player, and Jaipur was known for that.
Gayatri Devi.
Gayatri was his wife,
Okay.
third queen of Jaipur.
And in 47, where were you both when the country became independent?
47, I was actually in Bombay, working for this British company, popularly known as Hollerith India.
What India?
Hollerith India Limited.
And what did Hollerith India do?
Actually, they were the manufacturers of punch card accounting system from which the present computer has developed.
Okay.
See, the data was picked up, were recorded in the form of perforations, rectangular perforation, and then it was transferred onto the machines. And electromechanically, they were read actually.
So in 47, you were in Bombay.
I was in Bombay.
Living where?
I was living in Santa Cruz East.
Which was in those days probably not a very populated area.
Not very populated, but it was getting populated at that time. New houses were being constructed.
What do you recollect about August 15th?
August 15 was a day of wild jubilation. Of course, the celebration was mostly after sunset. The lighting was very widespread, and it was a very bright illumination was all over the city, especially fort area and the fort area. India Gate was very profusely decorated, and in fact the ships just close to the sea, close to
The harbour.
India Gate, ships were beautifully decorated, and I could recollect that people were so overflowing with joy that they got onto the tops of the trams and buses and having singing, dancing, all that was going on. It was real worth. It was really an occasion worth remembering.
What do you remember of 1947? Where were you?
I was at Jaipur.
Jaipur.
Yes. I was working as assistant professor in the Department of Commerce at Maharaja's College, Jaipur. And independence of the country in 1947, or say on the 15th of August 1947, was celebrated at Jaipur with great pleasure, great jubilation, both from the side of the government and from the side of the public. The whole city was illuminated, and it was a beautiful Diwali.
And what was it called then? Did they call it India? What did they call when the independence
All
happened?
terms are loosely used. Because Bharatiya name was given after independence. Otherwise we called it Hindustan, India, Bharat.
Okay. So in 47 you were in Jaipur.
I was at Jaipur.
Okay.
Throughout I was educated from class 1 up to BCom I was educated in Jaipur. I studied at Lucknow University for MCom. MCom, Master of Commerce,
Okay.
from the year 1941 to 43.
Okay.
In 43 I passed MCom from Lucknow University.
And was Lucknow a very different place then? Was it a place of for people to go and study?
Oh, in UP at that time there were 5 universities.
Ah.
Allahabad, Benaras, Aligarh, Lucknow,
Agra.
and Agra. Agra University was affiliating university.
And so UP was very well known for its education.
UP was very well known. Particularly Benaras was very well known. Benaras and Allahabad.
So when you think about UP today, what do you think?
The old ideal of UP has gone. UP is now a city of numbers. UP was the guru of the country. People from different parts of the country came to Allahabad, Lucknow, Benaras, Aligarh for higher education. And you could see students from different parts, including Burma, at the universities. Lucknow had one very great advantage. There one could offer MA and LLB in 2 years. Other universities wanted 3 years. So people who wanted to save 1 year came to Lucknow. And I could see students from Kashmir to Trivandrum and also from Burma, Sindh, every part of India are coming to Lucknow to save 1 year.
So it was more of an international, cosmopolitan
Not
place.
international, only national. And some very prominent personalities were there at my time.
Like?
Shankar Dayal Sharma,
Okay.
the late President of India, was studying for LLM at my time, and he was living in the same hostel. Swami Chinmayanand,
Yes.
at that time was PBK Menon. He was living very close to me in the same hostel.
Okay.
He was doing MA English.
Okay. And who else?
These 2 persons.
And Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan also
No,
studied.
he was much senior, much senior. At our time, he was Vice Chancellor of Beneras University.
Okay. And then he went on to become the president
Much later.
much later. What do you have to say about UP today?
UP actually has been the hub of religious activity and also social activity. As far as I remember, see, I moved to Kanpur because in Rajputana, the so-called Rajasthan, there was no commerce education then, only up to intermediate. I think in 1939 when I moved to Kanpur, for the first time in Jaipur commerce was introduced at the BCom degree level. Therefore I moved to Kanpur, and Kanpur was a very popular place, particularly people from Maharashtra, down south, Bihar, and even Bengal came to Kanpur for education. It was a very important center. And there were 2 prominent colleges, DAV and SD, which imparted education in commerce. Apart from it, actually at that time, one of the most important institutions in Kanpur was that Government College of Agriculture. Agriculture was not that popular till then. Very few colleges were there, and Kanpur had the privilege of having a commerce college. We had a wonderful life. At our age, we could often go to the Ganges and have a lot of swimming, and the life was really very joyful. About, of course, Allahabad and Benaras were very important centers. Kanpur that way did not have many luminaries. You see, just as Mohanlal ji said that our Chinmayanand ji and all these people were in Lucknow. Kanpur that way was not so important. But it was a very important industrial town. And the commerce education was one of the very significant contributions of Kanpur.